Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful day outside, which you may have seen, and I am hoping that I've got the sound is
Good
coming through
morning,
okay.
good morning, good morning.
It is definitely coming through okay on my Instagram. So good morning, Helia, I can see you there, and we have Michaela. There we go. And I'm showing this all through Ecamm this morning. I had a little bit of an issue with something else. So, good morning and hello. And you're here alive. You are. And it is amazing. And I was spot on at the 8:30 going by what my computer was telling me, that it is on time. We're here for the daily Lenormand card spread reading, so we are going to switch over to the cards. So as we travel across there, certainly tune in with your psychic senses, and if you need that assistance from your spirit guides, tap into their energies as well. Just ask them to be present as you do your interpretation. Oops, forgot to turn, you know how you silence your phones? I forgot that. Doesn't matter. Here we go. And over to the cards, which I didn't align them up properly. You know, some things I don't get around to properly. Oh, I was so busy doing my stories into the other channels. Right, let me just put that there so we can see them a bit better. I am using the Mystical Lenormand card deck this morning, being a weekend, and you can see how small they are when you see the guidebook that comes out of the box. And yes, it is a smaller deck, hence it was looking like it was quite a ways away there, wasn't it? So what we've got is, as you can already see, it is the Mystical Lenormand deck, which is by, they're painted by Urban Trush, and it is Regular Elizabeth Rector. Hard one to say, so I'll leave it at that. That's what it is. It's a very interesting deck. I quite like handling them because they are small enough for my hand to make it a bit easier. What we've got here is the fox in that general overall card space, so it's the fox. We've got the snake in the home space, and it is the house in the workspace. So a little bit of a switch around in some of those energies there as far as the house goes, because I know we've had the house in the home space a couple of times recently. So good morning to you, Kim. Lovely to see you here as well. Long time off, but back now. That's wonderful. Hopefully everything's going right in your world, as best it can be, of course. Now, with the fox in this energy, I'm just flipping through. Each card deck does have its own uniqueness, and the same with this. I'm just going to flip through to see what is said with regards to this one as far as the keywords. As you can see, it's very short little descriptions in this little guidebook. It is usually seen, perceived to be something of a negative card. I don't see the negative positives. I like to bring in whatever is the most uplifting meaning for what we see, what we do see in the cards. Now I'm going to bring them up more fully as I'm explaining them, so that we're just looking at the cards. We don't need the box. That's what I forgot to do. So you can see the fox here is looking at its reflection. I'm not sure what the significance is with this one, so that's hence I'm looking at the guidebook. So nothing wrong with reading the guidebooks and all that, but my first feeling with any of the cards is to use your gut feeling, your intuition. You know, what does it actually look like and mean when you first look at this card? Now, being that this one is in the overall space, you know, not outcome, I won't call it outcome, but it really is an overarching, and it's an important energy for the day. So look out for whatever symbols you're seeing reflecting, and this is the fox in that pool, that reflecting what you need to be learning from it. What I can see in the card itself is that it looks like it's a snow scene. So it's the middle of winter because there's no leaves on the trees in the background. It looks cold. It's giving that impression, which probably means there's not a great deal of food around. So yes, there's water, and it could be just that starting thaw ready to come into spring, because as you can see here, there is some little blades of grass there and there and there and there. So it could be coming into spring, and the anticipation the fox might have for fresh food to start moving around that it can chase and be the predator that it is. So I'll read from the guidebook. It says the fox warns against falseness, cunning and lies, depending on the cards lying around it. Well, that's for a big spread. But we do have the snake in the house lying around it, so it is an indicator that something may be wrong. So what you're looking at is to see which way that cunning is going to be used. And I think it's more the sense of having your senses more open to what the possibilities are that are around you, not specifically to manipulate, but to use in its fullest sense of what is good for those in your life, yourself as well, because we always do live our life from that central position of self. It's a natural thing, isn't it? So, oh, that's an interesting one. From the YouTube, we've got Radamam. Now, that I don't know what that means, which is fine. I only speak English, but I'm going to take it as a positive greeting. So, good morning to you. Now, as we move to the snake in the home space, what I feel with this one is the home being that isolated arena that we live in, that it is like it's an island. Looking at this snake, it is nursing, protecting, holding, incubating an egg. Now, what the significance is that in that is, well, we are birthed from a seed of some sort, an egg, the sperm. As far as humans go, I dare say it's the same as other beings, be it snake, whales, fish in the seas, all sorts of things are begun from that basis of an egg. So it's the protection of this egg. It's ready to strike if there's any danger coming about. And there is the sun and the moon. So it's the preparedness to put in whatever time is needed. Also, things in their right seasons happen. So at the right time, that will birth. So it really is about that what I'm feeling for this one in the home space, it is about the home, the people within it, and all the potential that there is for that. Being mindful of what is needing to be held in loving arms, protected, nurtured, and all of that. Just be wary of that is around that might like to manipulate. If you remember the story of the Adam and Eve, if you've heard of that as far as the biblical story goes, apparently it was the serpent, the snake, the devil, whatever, that tempted Eve to take that first bite of the apple from the tree of knowledge. There was the manipulation, but it's still that we are ready for what might be that we're being led to that might not be optimal for our greater good or our health or whatever. So let's take that as the message from this card today. Look out for yourself, your family, protect, nurture, love, and be patient for that is in its beginning stages, as far as that loving, nurturing energy. In this guidebook, it's suggesting that the snake indicates betrayal, falseness, lies, and detours. So we've got a bit of a combination of a background energy of something being manipulated or tried on for us to con us into something we shouldn't be doing, that we needn't be doing, that, have your senses open to that type of, and skullduggery is the word that just came to me, whether you've got that experience that's happening around you, that you yourself might be trying to manipulate things that are not for the good of all. Feel into what your intention is. Do you have a hidden agenda? That type of thing. Let's see what that brings through your day, whether it's reinforcing that. It's not saying anything's good or bad. It's have an awareness. That's all I see. These cards and the tools are here to give us maybe some indication to have a bit more awareness and mindfulness about what is happening around us today as we're moving into what is our house in the workspace as well. And you're seeing that is very interesting, Kim, because you're nursing your mum. Exactly. So who knows? Have an open awareness, loving energy around that. I presume you're saying that you're looking after your mum in your home too. So as we have it in our house, being in the workspace, I do think there is that connection, especially being on a weekend as well. If you are having to work from home, that you keep the two separate. I'm just feeling that sense of separateness, but it is that inclusion. So maybe you are needing to do some work from home today. A much more comfortable space and place, in my view, that it is where I work, is from home. So it actually does place you in that feeling of comfort, being able to appreciate all the beautiful things you've got around you and the creatures of the earth. I love that. Seeing out your window maybe to a beautiful front garden, or that's your neighbours. I like the urn there. It indicates that, to me, it would hold water, but it could be perfume, the oils, anything to, it's a vessel to hold something within it. So what we're looking at in the little guidebook with this one is that it's the place where we do feel comfortable and secure. So it's certainly giving us that sense of safety and security and comfort as we work. So even if you're not working from home, it still is that as we work, feel comfortable and all of that. Ah, yes, end life care. I understand that one, Kim. So have a wonderful time with your mother as you do continue to look after her, nursing her. Treasure the moments. Yes, I do understand that one. So this is what I have for the cards for you today, or what Spirit has for you with the cards. Really be aware and open to that is the influences around us as far as the people goes. Protect and love those who are close to you, who you've nurtured in your home space, and really bring that sense of comfort and security into your whole day to day, including your workspace. So that whatever you have in your day, feel that gratitude for whether it's, something that you've planned, if it feels like something that you haven't, that everything is actually in its true purpose and moving it forward into what is the next step into what's next for you, for your life, whether it's planned or, I go with the flow. So it's all good, isn't it? And yes, Kim, you're really meant to hear this reading today. Thank you. I'm so grateful to have the technology to be able to bring these to everyone as well. And from Michaela, thank you so much as well. I'm so pleased you could make it as the live stream too. For each and every one of you, whether you're watching as replay to the end here or whether you've just popped in, replay is always going to be there. And have a wonderful day. Appreciate with gratitude and love everything that you have in your world. And keep being the best you that you can be in that realm. We'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.